What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. I'm Salty Slaggy, thanks for tuning in today. Today's game is Deep Rock Galactic. Deep Rock Galactic is a cooperative first-person shooter video game developed by Danish studio Ghost Ship Games and published by Coffee Stain Publishing. Deep Rock Galactic was fully released on May 13th of 2020 for PC and Xbox One after spending 2 years in early access. The game was released on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 in January of 2022, and since coming to PlayStation, Deep Rock Galactic has surpassed 10 million players worldwide, following the launch on the PlayStation platforms on January 4th. And it was available on PlayStation Plus as well to subscribers at no additional cost until the end of the month. Deep Rock Galactic is a 1 to 4 player cooperative first-person shooter video game in which players work together while exploring destructible, procedurally generated cave systems. The game focuses on PVE only, meaning there is no benefit to killing other players. Players take on the roles of 4 space dwarves, assigned to various missions which include many objectives such as mining specific minerals, stealing alien eggs, eliminating targets, or retrieving lost equipment. These are usually the main objective required to complete the mission. It is also possible to complete a secondary objective, usually collecting other materials or items to receive extra credits, which are used to improve the player's weapons and abilities of the classes, and experience points, which increase a player's level. The game takes place underground on Hoxis 6, a dangerous planet full of minerals, biomes, and bugs. Missions take place in large caverns and tunnels with varying terrain generation, objectives and enemies depending on the biome and mission type. Players fight insect-like aliens as they attempt to complete the mission objectives and collect materials for crafting. There are 4 classes to choose from: the engineer, the gunner, the driller, and the scout. Each class has their own experience level, accessories, and promotion level, with the player's progress shown as their player rank. Once a player has reached level 25 on a class, they are offered a promotion after completing an assignment, a specific set of missions, resetting their class levels and unlocking endgame content. A player can do multiple promotions with the same class, however, only the first one has any gameplay benefit. Players can choose their class while in the lobby by using the character's selection, loadout selection, or cosmetics terminals inside any of the player bays, or while joining a mission. Each of the 4 playable classes has 3 primary and 2 secondary weapon options. Initially, only 1 primary weapon and 1 secondary weapon is offered to the player, with other weapons options unlocking as the player progresses through the game. Weapons can be upgraded by choosing a weapon upgrade at specific levels. Weapons can also be overclocked. Some overclocks add a small benefit with no downside, some have balanced upsides and downsides, and others offer a huge upside with a significant penalty. The engineer uses a shotgun as his primary and a grenade launcher as his secondary weapon by default. His primary can be replaced with an electrical submachine gun or a smart rifle which locks onto opponents. His secondary can be replaced with a plasma gun which fires horizontal plasma beams. To support his team, the engineer has a platform gun that fires circular platforms and a deployable sentry gun that automatically targets enemies. The gunner uses a minigun as his primary and high caliber revolver as his secondary. They can be later replaced with a high-caliber autocannon, a guided missile launcher, and a rapid-fire pistol. To support his team, the gunner uses a zip line that fires anchored zip lines and a deployable shield generator that creates a protective shield bubble. The gunner's shield bubble causes enemies to retreat from the area of effect, while also blocking all projectile attacks. The gunner acts as the team's source of heavy firepower and is able to kill a large number of bugs quickly. His zipline gun makes up for his lack of mobility and allows the team to traverse difficult terrain such as chasms and cliffs. His shield generator provides protection for his team during swarms, which can be particularly helpful if one of his teammates needs to be revived. The driller uses a flamethrower as his primary weapon and a semi-automatic pistol as his secondary weapon. His primary weapon can later be replaced with a freeze cannon or a launcher that fires corrosive sludge, while his secondary can be replaced with a plasma pistol. The driller uses handheld power drills as his utility tool, which can be used to dig through terrain at a much faster rate than the regular pickaxe. As his deployable tool, the driller also has a satchel charge that carves out a large portion of terrain or kills enemies in its blast. Caution is advised, however, as the blast may also harm nearby teammates in addition to the driller himself. The driller is the most efficient digger out of all 4 classes, as it allows his team to navigate through terrain easily with the help of his power drills. This is especially useful when returning to the drop pod after the mission's objective has been completed. Additionally, the driller fills a semi-supportive role in combat, as his primary weapons and satchel charges are particularly efficient at eliminating many weaker bugs at the same time, which can enable his teammates to handle larger threats threats without the fear of being swarmed. Lastly is the Scout. He uses an assault rifle as his primary and a double-barreled sawn-off shotgun as his secondary. They can later be replaced with a semi-automatic rifle based on the M1 Garand and the plasma rifle with a high rate of fire. The Scout can also unlock a pair of machine pistols, which he dual wields. The Scout uses a grappling gun as his utility tool, which enables him to navigate caves and to escape from danger quickly. He also uses a flare gun to deploy high intensity flares that are brighter and cover a larger area than the standard flares used by every class. The standard grenade for the Scout is the IFG, the Inhibitor Field Generator, which slows down enemies in the affected area. The Scout can gather important information for his team. His flare gun enables him and his teammates to spot ore, veins, and enemies that would otherwise be obscured by darkness, and his grappling hook allows him to efficiently find hidden ores, the mining of which can be made easier by using the engineer's platforms. The Scout's arsenal of weapons is particularly effective against single targets at further ranges, which allows him to focus his damage on a single high priority target. However, he can struggle to handle multiple targets at once. The early access version of Deep Rock Galactic was well received by critics who praised the game's atmosphere and challenging levels. Multiple reviewers compared parts of the experience of Deep Rock Galactic to Minecraft and Left 4 Dead. And that's it, that's all I know about Deep Rock Galactic. Check it out on your chosen platforms now. I want to thank you for watching. If you made it this far, if you did, please support it with a like. It helps out me and helps out the channel, and I wouldn't ask you otherwise. Subscribe for more upcoming games. You'll find other games on my channel if you want to go check those out. You'll find social links down below if you want to support in that space. Hit that notification bell, and as always, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.